Welcome back inside the rink. Last game of the regular season and what promises to be an eventful offseason for the Jackets. Jackets GM Jarmo Kekäläinen joins us now. And Jarmo, since the trade deadline, since this became a very different team, you've had a number of games now to evaluate this roster, young players, veteran players. Do you feel like you have some of the answers about this group of players that you need to move forward and make some of these decisions in the offseason?
Yeah, every game is an opportunity to evaluate. Obviously, we have a young group on the ice right now, so we're still projecting what they may be in the prime of their career. And probably because of that, it's been a tough stretch after the deadline. We knew that it was going to be because in this divisional format, you're playing against all the teams that are still gunning for the playoffs and have their eyes wide open, looking at every point that they can gain in the standings to get in the best position possible for the playoffs. So we knew it'd be a tough stretch, and it's probably been even a little bit tougher than we thought. But there's been some good growing too, and once we get to the off season, we'll make some decisions and move forward.
Jarmo, you just talked about projecting the curve of players developing, and the U18 just finished, and the two 15 and 16-year-olds just dominated the tournament, and they're not eligible for a draft for another 2 years or so. But how important is this draft going to be for this organization as far as being able to identify talent, since the season was not played for most of these guys?
Every draft is important, and now we have 9 picks and 3 in the first round, so it's even more important. But there's some good players available. I think it'll be an opportunity for us to restock the cupboards that we kind of emptied a little bit when we went for it 2 years ago, and we got the assets back in the draft picks that we lost, and then some, and it'll be a great opportunity for us to really get ourselves in a better position for future.
Jarmo, John Tortorella's contract is up. After you evaluate him and his staff, whatever that decision is, where does that fit in your list of priorities and things to address as you hit the offseason?
One of the first priorities, coaching is very important. Torts has done a great job for us. He's the winningest coach, U.S.-born coach for a reason, and he's done some great things for our organization, so we'll get to it right when the season is over.
Jarmo, the ice is going to be melting. The players are going, away to their respective cities, countries, and, I'm going to be doing some mulching and landscaping. But what's Jarmo's Kekäläinen job starting tomorrow? First order of business.
Well, we don't really have an off season in the front office. That's a difference between us and the players, and even somewhat with the coaches. But so we'll get right at it with the exit interviews and the decisions we have to make, and keep watching hockey in the playoffs and possibly the Worlds if they let the scouts and the fans in Riga, Latvia, and then there may be some showcase tournament for the CHL players that haven't been seen a lot for the draft, and then we get to the draft at the end of July and free agency, and pretty soon we start the next season.
Jarmo, last thing, this organization hasn't been in this situation obviously in a while with the playoff runs the last 4 years. How important is this? How critical are all of these decisions that you make now moving forward to reload, to get the reload done that you've talked about?
Very important. We want to be in the playoffs to give ourselves an opportunity to compete for the Stanley Cup. And as we saw at the deadline, it wasn't possible. We wanted to do the reload because it's important to get some of those assets back and restock the cupboards, as I said. So, we don't want to be in this situation. We don't want to be out of the playoffs. It feels miserable. It's sad, and it's should be the most exciting time of the year, gearing up for the playoffs. That's what we've experienced here for the past 4 years, and we want to get back at it very soon. And we got some work to do.
All right, we look forward to the offseason. Best of luck, and we're ready to see what takes place in the offseason into next season. Jarmo, thanks.
Thank you.